Okay, so in this video I want to perform a 1 hour trading challenge in the pre-off horse racing markets on Betfair. Now I actually made a similar video to this a little while back and it got quite a lot of positive feedback and people really enjoyed watching me trade live on camera in the markets. So I thought, well, why not just make a similar type video again where I give myself 1 hour to trade in the markets to see how much profit I can lock in. Okay, so what I've done just before I started recording is I loaded up my trading software, got everything set up, and we're going to jump into the market now to see how much profit I can lock in from this 1 hour challenge. But before we do that, we're going to bring up a nice profit and loss calculator in one of the top corners of the screen, and that's going to tick up when we make a profit, tick down when we make a loss, and that will give us a nice feel of how well we're doing within this challenge. So anyway, let's jump into market number 1 and see how much profit we can make. Okay, so the first market that I've got loaded up here is at Down Royal. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to back the favourite. So the favourite is naturally the shortest price in the market. The second favourite looks like it's drifting and we're getting an interaction between the two. You can see clear backing on the favourite, which is pulling the price down. So I'm going to get involved though with my first £100. Put another £100 in right there. There you go, got a £200 fill. I'm going to offset my bets on the other side of the market in nice £20 increments like that, just in one click. And now we're looking for the favourite to come down and the second favourite to drift up. Everything else in the market is at really high odds. So I don't think we need to really worry about anything else. It's just a matter of second going out, first coming down in this one. Can you see? Already crashing down to odds of 2, almost past odds of 2 already. So I've just cancelled, re-offset my bets in further down the ladder. Hopefully we'll get a nice fill on some of them. And yeah, this is going quite nicely. Cancelled, put them back in again. You've seen me do this various times in my videos. 1.9 is quite a sticky point a lot of the time. If it goes, it'll come down to about 1.8, I would imagine. See, it's already getting stuck. This could be a point where it bounces. Might get ready to hedge. I still think it's going to go, to be honest. Yeah, some more backing again. It's gone through 1.9. It'll come down to about 1.8 now, I would imagine. But it does keep getting stuck. It clearly doesn't want to go much further than this. And you can see it's still going. It's coming down to about 1.8 now, like I sort of touched on. Jesus, big move that to start the session. So I'll click up here, hedge the position, and you can see I've locked in a profit of £17.93. Okay, so we're looking at the next market now, trade number 2, and you can see we have a similar type of pattern once again with the first and the second. 2 shortest prices in the market, and then everything else is at really high odds and has no real impact, I wouldn't say, on what I'm trying to do here. So, got a choice here. Not really sure what's happening on the first. I can see the second is getting a lot of backing support. Can you see how far that's come down on the chart at the bottom of the ladder and the advanced chart on the side of the ladder? So I think there'll be a counteraction. So what I'll do here is I'll try and find where the bottom of this is. It already looks like it's getting a sticky point, so I'm going to put some money in here. Oh, just a quick snap up there. Probably snap back down. If you get a quick snap, usually comes back. Come on. Come on, Phil. Phil. Nah, it's going to run away. It's going to run away. Chasing the price. Yeah, you shouldn't really chase the price as much as you can help it. But yeah, I did do that. Right, price is coming up towards odds of 4. Got our offset bets in on the other side of the market. Cancelled off. Pop them back in. Nice and easily. And ideally it'll come up to sort of odds of 5, if not higher, and we'll make a nice profit there. You can see the first favourite, well the favourite, Lady Hyman, is getting a bit of backing support. Need that to start to develop into something significant if this is going to bust out through odds of 4 on our runner. So I'll keep my eyes on it. I'm not 100% confident it's not going to come back down again, this one, to be honest with you. So I'll keep my eyes on it. I do think it'll move up towards odds of 4. Surely it will. We're getting the backing support on Lady Hyman. But there's a lot of weight of money on the lay side now. Let's just see if it'll push up in the last 50 odd seconds that we've got left. And if not, I'll just hedge the position. I've only got £122 in the market, so it's going to get taken immediately if I hedge. Oh, nice snap. Come on, take out 4.3. Someone lay at 4.3. Nice bit of laying there. Yeah, can you see how the favourite's gone through and it's continually getting back in support? It's just not working out for our runner here. We're running out of time, so I'll hedge the position there. And you can see round about £11.50 locked in from a bit of a bounce trade there. Second got back in support and the favourite drifted out from its initial gamble. So yeah, 2 trades, 2 results, 2 profits. So it's a good start to this trading session challenge. You can see I've been adding the tallies and the profits to the counter in the top corner of the screen. Now before we move on to the next trade, if you want to get some free advice from me each and every week, then join my email list. It's linked down below in the description box of this video. Each and every week I'll send you a new email. I'll either provide you with a trading strategy and something you can use in the market. I'll provide you with stories and things which helped me go from points where I was struggling and how I was able to overcome that, and I'll try and provide in general as much value and as much advice as I can for free each week when I send you an email. So if you are interested in that, you do want to get the free value from my email list, then check out the link which is down below in the description of this video. But yeah, with that being said, let's jump into the next trade and let's see how the next trade goes in this challenge. Okay, so I'm looking at this next market here at Kempton. I can see straight away maiden stakes race. So typically with maidens and novices and stuff like that, bit more chaotic. But I can already see there's been quite a big gamble on Rapper's Delight. You can see that chart at the bottom of the ladder. So I think we might get a regression in price on this one. But for that to occur, we're going to need something else to get back in support. Is it going to be the favourite? Looks a bit weak. Second favourite's top of its range. Attacking the top of its range in terms of lay money, matching in the market. So it's a bit speculative, but I do think there might be a bit of a bounce on Rapper's Delight here. So the price is going to start here. I'm going to lay it in a second and it's going to move up. It's near a crossover, so there's a few things lining up nicely with this one. Just trying to find the perfect point. It's going to have to be a small stake, so I've got involved. Oops, I've used the wrong stake. Let me just change that round. £50. Another 50, so about 100 quid. Oh, I made a right mess of this. So yeah, use the wrong preset there. Market's going a bit crazy. Now you shouldn't freak out and hedge here, because if you do, the price generally just bounces back. If you get a quick snap like that, you'll have a bit of time to think about what you're doing. So I might hedge the position, but I'm not freaking out immediately on this one. I'm watching, and if it keeps staying weak and it keeps being stuck at this price and it's not moving up, then that's the point to hedge, in my opinion. So you can see this is the point now. If it regresses, it'll move back in our favour, but if it stays here and it keeps getting backed, then it's gonna crash down to lower levels, I think, towards odds of 3. So let's see what happens. Yeah, it's just not going any further, is it? So I'm going to hedge the position, taking a loss there of £11 and 11p. We'll add that to the P&L tally in the corner. And you can see, yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out as planned. You can see nothing really got any backing support. Wasn't the first, wasn't the second. The other 2 runners were at high odds. Let's see what happens. A bit ahead of the market myself. The backing now is coming down towards odds of 3. But you can see if you just freak out and hedge immediately when your position goes wrong, then you very often take a bigger loss than you would have needed to. Okay, so I'm just looking at the next market, Maiden Hurdle at Warwick. Now, these markets I always find a bit annoying because you can see you've got a short price favourite at 1.5 near enough, and it's been coming in for ages. It's been at high levels, way above 1.66. You can see it's probably been at close towards odds of 2. It's high traded price. And everything else is at just really high odds. There's nothing favoured in this race except from the favourite. So it's kind of tricky because would hedging pull the price back up? It's already had a huge gamble. Or is the late money just going to keep coming back in this runner because everything else is just pretty crap in this race, to be honest with you? So I always get a bit stuck with these ones. But my natural tendency is to go against the grain and try and sort of think about how humans will behave. And there's been a big backing gamble already, so I think there might be a bit of hedging which pulls the price back up. Could be wrong again, but that's just part of the game, isn't it? It's a balance of wins and losses. So let's have a look what we're going to do here. I'm going to lay this runner because I do think it will bounce, but it's not going to be a huge trade, I don't think. Yeah, so you can see it could go either way, this one, to be honest with you. Still getting back in spot right at the bottom of this range. How much more can people back this runner? Right. Let's say though, let's get involved with the market. I'll offset my bets. You can see all those £40 going up the ladder. And by the way, if you do want that offset bot, I'll leave a link down below in the description. You should download that if you want to do what I just did there, offset my bets really quickly. But the question is, are we going to get those touched? So first one touched. Oh. This one's a bit of a... If it goes, it'll really fly up. It'll be like a catapult. Once it gets out of that little range it's stuck in, if it goes through it, it'll bounce up probably way past that top order at 1.61, 1.62. But it will need to go, and people keep backing it, so I'm a bit worried with this one. So I'm going to hedge. As you can see, I've done there. And can you see how you've got a few seconds to hedge before the price comes down? I bet you in a second the price will come crashing down to like 1.4. But that few seconds that you've got there is like a little advantage that you'll have over the market once you watch them and constantly watch the markets and get used to the markets. Let's just find out what happens really quickly. Yeah, can you see the big orders jumping in front of each other? I had a feeling that this was going to keep getting back in support, and I won't be surprised if it comes flying down to like odds of 1.4. So obviously, if it does, my loss would have been bigger. Last 30 seconds, people are sold on the fact that this runner's going to win the race. It's short as anything. Everything else is just at really high odds. Yeah. So yeah, not ideal, that one. Another loss, 2 losses in a row. It's not looking amazing for the last 2 trades, and we're going to have to take that £6.30 or whatever it was off a P&L total, as you can see we've just done there. So that leaves us with a profit of whatever it is in the top corner. Now, hopefully, in the next trade, we'll start making some money again, because I don't want this to be loss after loss after loss after loss. But if it is, that's what it is, and that's what I'll show you. But anyway, let's find out what happens in the next trade when it comes along. Okay, so close to the next market starting off now. You can see it's at Bath, and I recognise this setup straight away. I know what I'm going to do almost immediately, and that is lay the favourite. I've seen this set up a load of times before. I can almost see what's going to happen before it happens on this one. I think it's going to start at odds of 2, and it's going to move out to about odds of 2.2, and hopefully we'll make a profit in between. So can you see how the volume's kind of like consolidating around odds of 2? Way too money's on the lay side, yeah. I'm very confident, let's say, with this one, the price is coming up. Now, it's already moved quite a long way from the bottom, the low traded price. It never usually flies up a million miles an hour all the way to odds of 3 or anything like that. But I've seen, it always seems to work out, this trade. It has a high strike rate, that's for sure. So I'm thinking price will move out to about odds of 2.2, 2.3. Offset orders in on the other side of the market. Order was £30, which you can see I put in one click. I'm sure you just saw that. Again, if you want those files and you want to use the offsetter, check out the link in the description. You can download them for free. So you can see I'm in my position. It's a £300 net stake I've got. I think the price is coming up to about odds of 2.2 or 2.3. And hopefully we'll start making a profit again in this challenge. Lovely jubbly. Price is coming up. Cancelled off. Put these back in. Boom. So you can see what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to squeeze out every drop of profit I can. I iceberg out, so if the price moves down, I don't have to dump my position straight away. A bit of a sticky point here. But can you see if it goes through 2.16 and 2.18? It's like kind of like that catapult, which I explained a bit earlier on. It'll keep flying out, but it's kind of got to get through that point initially. And it is getting stuck at this point. So it'll either bottom out here or top out, or it'll go flying through and then we'll move up towards odds of 2.3. Typically that's what I find anyway. So it's testing it, it keeps testing it over and over again, but the money just keeps being replenished, 2.14 and 2.16. But can you see, people just keep backing it. There's too much value here at the back price. Price has drifted too high from the low traded price to where it is now. There's too many punters and things thinking there's value here. There'll be people hedging who's like traded it the other way around. Hedge the position. Again, only a small profit, £11.76, but not a bad profit and not a bad trade. Normally you've got to move up to like 2.2, sometimes 2.3 with that one. Sometimes, because you're laying towards the top of the traded volume range, it doesn't quite pan out amazingly. It doesn't go flying up the ladder because obviously you've already had quite a significant move. So yeah, let's add that result to the P&L tally, which you can see we've done there. And that leaves us with a profit so far in this 1 hour challenge of around about £24. So not bad. Okay, so next market here, Beverly. Again, it's another maiden. And can you see we've got, it's the same thing again. Short price runner relative to everything else. First runner's at like 2.14, second's at 8.6, third's at 7, so on and so on. But it's kind of that tricky one. Do you lay the runner because it's already been backed in significantly and people are going to start hedging soon? Or do you just think the price is going to come crashing down past odds of 2? It's one of them ones. It can go either way. I always tend to go with the lay side of the equation on runners like this. Decent weight of money starting to build up on the lay side. I'll get involved here. A few £100, 200 quid. Offset bets go into the market nice and quickly. Let's find out what's going to happen. Yeah, again, a few orders touched, as you can see right there. It's looking good so far, to be honest with you. About 50% filled on the other way around on the back side. But yeah, a lot of backing still going on with this runner. And this is a problem, like I said, with races like this where there's nothing competing with a favourite in terms of how the market works. You're going to get people backing it if there's nothing inherently wrong with the horse. And obviously if there was, it'd be very obvious you'd see a massive drift. Yeah, let's just pancake this one. And this sometimes happens as well. There's too much backing. If there's an equal amount of backing and laying, the price just won't move anywhere. It'll just get stuck at this point. Yeah, let's get out. So you can see £2 a profit. Pretty terrible, but at least it's not a loss. And sometimes you've got to frame it a little bit differently. It's frustrating. It's just frustrated me, and you can see backing down to odds of 2 again. But it's frustrating when things like this happen, but you've got to just frame it differently in your head. So yeah, £2 profit. Let's add that to the P&L tally in the corner. And I'll jump back to you shortly when the next race and the next market comes along, and we'll see how much profit we can make from the next one. Okay, so looking at the next market here, you can see it's at Carrara, listed stakes race. Trying to decide what I want to do on this one. Oh, look at that. 2.2. Big order there, £2,700, and some of it got matched, pulling the price down. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go against this. I think I know what's going to happen here. What's going to happen is a load of newbie traders are going to jump in, freaking out, thinking they've spotted a big edge, and that big guy's going to pull the price down. And when it starts going wrong, they're immediately going to hedge, and it's immediately going to pull the price around. So it's kind of like a newbie trader trap here, still back in there. People are going to jump in front of each other, and at 2 minutes when the price starts regressing, all these people at the bottom are going to freak out immediately and hedge, and it's going to pull the price up. So I'm going to lay this one. It's near odds of 2 as well. Price has been coming in for ages. That reason I just touched on. 200, 300, fill. Please fill for me. Please fill. Pull it up. 300. Offset bets go in. Let's hope this works out. Weight of money's on our side. Accumulation of volume. Price is starting to move back up. Now, all you've got to watch out for here is that big guy coming back, because if he comes back again, then it'll be decisive. If he starts coming in and backing the runner and it pulls the price down, then it's going to move in that favour down towards odds of 2. But I don't think he will. I think he's gone now. And if he does come back, we'll just hedge our position, and that'll be the end of it. See what I mean? It just flew up dead quick. I just almost could see that happening before it happened with all the newbie traders. Oh, right. He's back. Right, I'm going to get in on the other side. I'll explain what I'm doing in a second. Okay, so I've now backed this one for £400. I'm going to offset the positions on the other side of the market. This is going to come down to odds of 2 now, like I just touched on. If he comes back and he's come back with 20 grand, it's going to have everyone freaking out and backing the runner and jumping in front of each other. So hopefully we'll make about 50 quid on this one. Someone come and back it. You know you want to back this. That big guy could come back. Can't believe that just happened. It was like 20, I'm sure that was like £20,000 or something like that. Where do people get that sort of money just to put in the market? It must be some sort of like, I don't know, syndicate or something like that to throw around money like that. Pull these up a bit. There's only 20 seconds left. Come on. 10 seconds left, so I'll pull these guys up. Last few to get taken. Last one. There we go. Just get rid of that penny. It's not working for some reason. I guess it doesn't work. I'll just click here then. Hedge the position, £42 trade. And you can see the prices come all the way down towards odds of evens. What a weird setup that was. So yeah, to expand on what just happened there, like I said, that big guy initially come in, backed the runner down, but I knew as soon as he vanished and at 2 minutes the price would move back up, and everyone who was new traders and freaking out chasing the price around, they'd hedge and that'd pull the price out. That did happen. It swung back out really quickly. And then the big guy come back, but he come back with like 20 grand or 30 grand or whatever it was, and that was enormous, and that in turn pulled the price back round. So initially I went for a lay to back, the big guy come in, I hedged and then changed my position from a back to lay, and I made probably about 40 odd quid I think it was, which we'll subsequently add to the tally, which you can see we've done there. And that was how that trade panned out. So it was a little bit of a weird one where I had one idea and then the idea changed midway through the trade and I made a profit both ways around. Now, by the way, if you want to work with me and you want me to provide you with the blueprint to a trading strategy which makes money in a step-by-step format and work you through it each step of the way, then check out my training program. It's linked down below in the description box of this video. Now, up until this point, I've had lots and lots of positive feedback and success stories from people who've taken the training, implemented what I showed them, and have subsequently made decent profits each month from trading using that strategy. This is the full breakdown, it's the full blueprint from getting you started in the market to making money out of the market. The strategy works really well, and like I said, I've had a lot of people providing positive feedback and letting me in on the success that they've had. So yeah, check out the link, it's down below in the video description, and this is certainly something that I wish I had access to, in a resource which I wish I got my hands on when I was starting out. It would have saved me so much time and so much energy, and that's the way I've crafted it, as if I was someone who wasn't making money and wanted someone to tell me how to make money using the strategy. So yeah, link down below in the video description. Check it out and have a look at it. Okay, so I'm looking at the next market right here, and this is quite an easy one. I've seen this kind of setup before. I'm going to back the favourite in this one, which is called Triple Double A. Quite simply because everything else is at high odds. The range is nice and tight and concise. The price knows exactly where it wants to be. It's not been coming in for absolutely ages. It's in a tight range relative to the odds. It's going to be a bit variable because we're at short odds. But I think everyone's going to back this one. They're going to see it. They're going to see it's going to be fine. I'm ready for the race. Oh, bit of a big lay bet actually there. Let's just see if that swings back down a bit. Yeah, can you see how everyone's already backing it back down at the top of the range? There's a big lay bet then, that's not going to persist. People still want to back it. Whoever that guy was, he's just had his bet and that's fine. It's not going to trigger a chain reaction with people freaking out. So it goes through 1.56. I think that will be definitive as to say the price is going to come down. And obviously if it goes past, yeah, I was going to say if it goes past 1.6 it'll go up, but just building in a nice position. Offset bets on the other side of the market. Let's see if we're right on this one. Crazy some of these markets, especially at short odds like this. It's so variable, noisy. So with round numbers in the market, these kind of like, people have a weird obsession, don't they, with round numbers. So 1.5 is the round number here. If it hits 1.5, people who've laid will hedge and back, and people might fancy a back bet at 1.5 because it's a round number. So it's a weird thing I've found with like round numbers, and it kind of creates support and resistance. So once it touches 1.5, even once it gets to that point, we'll see what happens there. Might not even get there, to be honest with you. Come on, Jesus Christ. Right, finally. This is the point now. Yeah. Yeah, can you see how it's starting to get back in support there, pulling the price down? Normally you get round numbers like that, you sort of normally get a point where it's going to either fly in one direction or the other direction, but it's just bounced back. So I think we're going to have to hedge our position. Oops, what we're doing there. Right, there we go. Position matched, and can you see, taken the position back out of the market, and we've made £1.67, so pretty much backed and laid at the exact same price. Alright, so I've just had a look back and we've got about 5 minutes left. There's one trade left, which we're going to have a look at in a second with this trading challenge. I'll add that P&L to the tally in the corner, which you can see we've done right there. And by the way, just a quick reminder, if you do want to join that email list, there's free value. I'm sending out emails each and every week talking about strategies, little tips and tricks and hacks that have helped me along the way with my trading journey. Check out the link. Sign up to that list, it's all completely free, and I'll leave that link once again down below in the video description. But let's jump into the final trade of the challenge and see if we can end on high. Okay, so I'm just looking at this one right now. The favourite is kind of just swinging around all over the place. You can see over the last 60 seconds it's touched 1.82, it's been as low as 1.77, it's kind of bouncing all over the place. I'm not sure which way the price is going to move. So what I might do is I might wait to see if the price swings up heavily in one direction or swings down heavily in the other direction. There's a bit of a big order or two coming in there. So yeah, what I'm going to do, see if there's a bit more backing, and then I'm going to go against it, and I'm going to lay the runner, and hopefully the price will move back up. Because I just think the price might swing up and down within this traded range on this runner. Yeah, so try and find this point where it stops being backed in. Which you can see is not happening. Jesus, this has turned out to be a monstrous gamble. 1.8 down to 1.6. Is this going to be the point? Nope. No, I think it's going to keep going now. I think there's just so much backing activity on this, and this is a handicap as well, so this is quite unusual for a runner to get backing support like this. Can't believe just how much of a crazy gamble this is on this runner, Big Gypsy King. I think I'm just going to run out of time with this now, to be honest with you. I just think there's not enough time left. If I had another 3 or 4 minutes, the price probably would just move back up and there would be a regression to mean somewhat. But because there's only 30 seconds left and people just can't get enough, I just don't think there's going to be enough time left for me to get a bounce on this one. 20 seconds. No. We're not going to be trading this, that's for sure. Literally run out of time. There was a bit of a snap there right at the end, but yeah, fundamentally couldn't quite get the right execution on that one. Wasn't quite the right setup for me to get involved with it, so I just left it, and that was that. So yeah, nothing to add to the P&L tally because I didn't trade that race. So our final profit is right here on screen right now, just short of £70 for trading for 1 hour in the pre-off horse racing markets in this challenge. If you want to check out the training program, the link's down below in the video description. And if you want a breakdown of a trading strategy, then you can check out this video, which is just coming up on screen right now, and that will give you a nice feel for how a trading strategy works in the market. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.